second?
Steve, you're your second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Personnel report. Item A under CC and P is noted. Item B, approval of the final reading of the board policies and procedures. Can I have a motion to approve?
So moved. Wayne Oliver.
Second, Ressler.
Motion on the floor, second, any discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And with the CCNP report. Steve, ACTI.
Well, basically, Sean was here tonight and updated us to a lot of good stuff, and so that was another.
No report of the PSBA. And for his first report as acting superintendent, Dr. Al Moyer. You don't have to get up.
I'm going to stand up because I can't see Mr. Sullivan and Ms. Bayless from here, so I have to. Let me first of all say a big thank you to the school board for allowing me to have this professional opportunity. I've filled in as an acting superintendent before at Shippensburg School District, found it to be very gratifying, and I'm finding it to be very gratifying here, even though I've only been here a short time. A special thank you to the people in that front row and some of the other leaders that are around this table who have been a terrific help to me, especially Carrie and Judy. I just want to publicly thank you for all of you for making me feel so welcome, and also helping me to hit the ground running a little bit. It's not my first rodeo, but believe me, there's still a lot to learn as you come into a new district. I have interviewed every member of the Act 93 team and every member of this board. And I'm in this listening and learning mode, and I will tell you I am learning an awful lot. That I think eventually, as decisions come and recommendations to the board are made, I think I'll be able to have hopefully informed and intelligent recommendations as time goes along. So again, I appreciate your patience with me so far, and being here 3 days, obviously being a superintendent is a full-time 100% job. I think we all know that. But during my 3 days here, with the support of the people that are around me, I think it's doable. Another thing that I would just like to share, as important as student achievement is, there was an incident that happened the other day. One of our young students at the elementary level had a medical episode during a field trip and was rushed to the emergency room at Gettysburg Hospital. I was able to get over there and make a visit, and what did I find? But I found Mrs. Kelly and Principal Moran in the room with her as she was getting an IV put into her and was very nervous. Mom was a little bit over an hour away. And I would tell you, as important as student achievement is, being with our kids in their time of need and the safety of our kids and being compassionate with our kids that are struggling is as important or more important than anything else here in the school district. And I would be proud to have my kids and grandkids be a part of Littlestown School District because of the compassion that these people have for their kids. So I was really delighted to see them there, and Principal Moran, I believe our young lady's doing okay today, and I think you even had a chance to check up with her, so we're good to go.
Yes.
This community forum, we've been bouncing back and forth with leadership and some of the leaders of our team as to what that might look like. Is that going to be an opportunity for people to just come and criticize and so on? I hope that's not the case. We're looking with our new board members and with our new leaders and with our team here, we're really trying to do a reset to be much more positive. The things that are on our website and the highlights from our notes from our meetings and so on. I just want to commend Nick and Jeannie for the job that they're doing with that and putting the district in a real positive light in that regard, because there's a lot of good things happening in Littlestown School District. Moving on, I have sat in on a lot of construction meetings during my tenure. I'm really old. 40 years in this game, and I've sat in on a lot of construction meetings. And I would just tell you, after being in a couple of meetings here, meeting with a lot of people and looking at this whole situation, and now that we are fully engaged in phase 3 of this magnitude, a big magnitude project that we are completing here in Littlestown, I would like to recommend in the November agenda that we make a public announcement that we will exit Maple Avenue Middle School at the end of the 25-26 school year. We will give our contractors the time that they need to complete phase 3 and also to complete the punch list. In a project of this magnitude, you are going to have a fairly large punch list. And if we're not interfering with those contractors that are trying to put the final finishing products together in 100% way, we're going to be a whole lot better off. I also have been involved in moves in the middle of the year or during the school year, and I will tell you, we're not just moving from one wing to the other. We're moving a block away. And there's a lot involved in that from a lot of different internal stakeholders. So board members, I highly recommend we get that on our agenda for November, and we make that announcement public so that people can plan for that. I fully recognize in the month of May there's going to be some hot days, and there's parts of Maple Avenue Middle School that will be sweating a little bit. I get that. But overall, I believe the pros far outweigh the downside. And let's start the 26-27 school year with a school that's 100% ready for our kids and our teachers and our community and so on. I'm almost done. The last thing I'll say is when it does come to student achievement, and Mrs. Golden and all of our principals really focusing in on growth and the things that our teachers can control, it really is the way to go. And I appreciate your efforts in that regard. And then also, I'll just say, for anybody that has any concerns about the district, rather than going through the whole process and causing a lot of issues with right-to-know requests and things like that, schedule an appointment with me. I'm happy to share the things that we are allowed to share. I'm not going to share the things that we are not allowed to share, and there are a few items in that regard. And I lied. There is actually one more thing. Our IT department has taken a considerable amount of hits over the audio and the visual of our board meetings. According to the wives of one of our administrators, tonight's meeting actually is working okay from what I understand. But I do want it to be understood, this is not the fault of our IT people. We could do what a lot of other districts have done, and we can do what Gettysburg School District has done, and I'm on the board there. We spent a lot of money to make sure that we had a quality product that went out there. This board and this team is trying to do things a little more efficiently and to save some money in that regard. So as a result of that, it's been trial and error, and we realize, we understand the criticism is somewhat well-deserved, but our IT department is not the place where that criticism ought to go. And so I do want to thank Tom and Carrie and Corey Zortman especially. Those guys could share with you the technical things, but far as I know, I think it's working okay tonight, Jeannie and Nick. And with that, I am going to shut my mouth and be quiet. Thank you.
Well, Dr. Moyer, we are very glad to have you as an addition to the district. And we look forward to all the positive things you're going to do in your tenure here. Under old business, the FMX reports, the enrollment reports, LIU board meeting minutes, and the Dawn's early light are all noted. Is there any new business to be brought before the board?
Nick, I have several items, if you don't mind. First off, I want to publicly apologize to any administrator in this room that I accidentally used their first name in addressing them. I'm so used to you saying, use my first name in a meeting, it's not professional, so I apologize for that, to start off with. Second of all, I wanted to know, Tom, can you clarify this?
Mr. Showmaker.
Sorry, Tom. You have.
This sign's right there, just look at it.
Yeah, okay. Mr. Showmaker, I'm sorry, I apologize, I'm sorry. Mr. Showmaker. My apologies.
Thank you
Again,
for the
it's just
laugh. I
habit,
appreciate
thank you.
that. Thank you for the laugh.
Sorry, everybody. On the foundation part of ACTI, is it correct or incorrect that you cannot use foundation money for salaries?
Generally, foundation money should be non-budgeted items, supplement budget items that cannot make it within the budget. So ACTI budget would not be, something would not make it within that budget that the board would approve. The foundation would then supplement that, just like ours does. If something the district chooses we can't afford or the budget does not pass, the foundation, if they think it's critical, they can rally the community to support that through the foundation means rather than the district. So that's generally how foundations support educational institutions like us.
To clarify, is that a yes or a no?
They should not, if it's a budgeted salary, so it should not technically be a salary position. If that's something that ACTI wants to work towards.
Okay, so if they come to us with the salaries, we can't budget that with foundation anyway.
No, the foundation can do lots of other things.
Yeah, correct. I'm not discounting that.
They can
I'm just-
supplement other means which then alleviate funds to support that salary in a different way. They shouldn't support it directly with the salary, but they can indirectly
Like
support
equipment, welding,
Right, which would be
whatever.
free up funds to support the salary in a different avenue.
And on the third subject, and I don't want to start a fight here, please don't anybody start a fight with me, I'm just asking. On the Sherry Anderson not allowing me to speak, I just want to make a comment on that. No one on this board, and I know no one's going to dispute this, has been more attacked than me at that podium. A lot of what's been said, and I'm not going to call out names, has been said, a lot of it has been said, has nothing to do with board business. Has nothing to do with district business. This has gone on for over almost 2 years, or it has, mostly the first year and a half. So in retrospect, when I hear someone like Sherry Anderson be shut down for saying something about a board member, I say to myself, when I was president of this board, many a times I would sit there at the 5-minute interval when I would look at Chris Harris and I said, I'm just going to let him keep going because, you know, public speaking is public speaking. And I feel that we shouldn't restrict anybody's right to speak at the podium, if at all possible, because we are public officials. So in that retrospect, I just want to make a statement that I don't believe we should have shut Sherry Anderson down. I don't think it's a good look for the board. I think the board should just let the public speakers speak and let them talk and say what they want to say. We very rarely interact with them at all. So I just think it would be a good thing, whether good or bad. And I'm certainly on the bad end of it. So that's just my comment on it. I appreciate the board hearing me out on that. I'll leave it at that. I'm not going to attack anybody or anything like that. That's my opinion. So I thank you all for listening. Thank you.
I'll say that the board has to comply with our policies and the law that governs our public meetings, and we will comply with those as the chair. So, is there any other new business to be brought forward?
Yes. First, I'm going to dispute that comment from him, that he has not been the one that's been most spoken about. You listen to the meetings and you can hear who has. Second, any lawsuit that goes against this district hurts the resources for our students. That being said, that I'm quite confident that our solicitor, who went to law school, knows what he's talking about. And so I would like to know, and it to be shared with the public, here, online, wherever. Can you, as board leadership, Dr. Moyer, please share the nominal and the time that's been stolen from our students in this school district, that's been spent on Suzanne Johnson's lawsuit, that could be better spent on our students in this district? Do you have that information tonight? And if we don't, can we get it? Because that's resources being stolen from our students.
That's something we have to file. So we don't have information tonight. If the board wishes, then we can get a general consensus.
I thought we already said like right to knows by name. I think Dwayne's the one that brought that up, to add that to the website, like person's name.
That's correct, Jeannie, and I did, and just not to interrupt your comment, but I have asked for the Kathy Griffin cost to the district, right, you know, cost for the past two, not the first one, the last two, and have yet to not only not see them, but not get any information to the point where I had to file a right to know. That's where I'm at with this district. So in the defense, yes, we have to struggle to get these costs together, but finding out what this stuff's costing is just like pulling pins. It's crazy.
Well, I
So-
think now that we've got Al here, I think Al, you'll help us post
Yeah,
it.
I'm happy to respond to some of that. Some of the right to know requests I could easily share if a person would just give me the professional courtesy to come in and meet with me. Unfortunately, some of the things that are being asked for in the right to know have to do with soft costs and time of our administrative assistants and our school leaders and so on. And it's difficult to pinpoint a final dollar on that, but obviously time is money. And time and taking away resources from other areas with their performance responsibilities. It has been a detrimental factor here already. I've learned that in my 3 weeks. And it's very frustrating. I'll be the first one to say that. Just from one human being to another, we would appreciate the courtesy that if you have a specific question or something that we're keeping track of or something that we actually have records of, we will provide that. But if we don't have that, we can't, we're not magicians, and we can't just wish it out of thin air. So we'll do our best in that regard to respond to any reasonable request, but at the same time, please understand that some of these requests are very difficult to ascertain exactly what the dollar amount would be. But I would be happy before anyone decides to go to the trouble of right to know information or whatever, meet with me, or I will send you, or I will defer to one of our other leaders here that has the most information that will give you the most meaning that you possibly can. If we could be a little kinder and gentler in Littlestown School District, I think we would all benefit from that, especially as we head into the holidays of Thanksgiving and Christmas. Maybe we could get a little bit of that spirit that goes along with that, like a lot of other districts have done. And I think there's a ton of potential here, but we've got to lighten up a little bit, I think, along the way. That's all I have to say about that.
And Dr. Moyer, in my defense, I spent almost more than 6 months chasing Dr. Mitchell down on these, and to no avail, I got nowhere. So that didn't work for me. And you came along just recently, I understand that, but this has been an ongoing issue for over 6 months.
Okay.
And it's been a big problem. And the last excuse I got was, we don't know how to figure out administrative costs and such, but yet when they did my right to know, dated 6/17/2024, they miraculously, and you might want to call Don Bell because he's an expert at this, slapped a sheet down with administrative costs from Tom, from Carrie, and from him, and the lawyer. So maybe you need to contact Don Bell because he seems to got it down pat. And you know, when it comes to me, y'all can figure it out, but when it comes to somebody else, you know, you can't. And that's my problem. I've been fighting this for over 6 months. And that's why I got frustrated like I did. No one wants to file right to knows. Nobody, especially me. But I have no other avenue. I've been ignored for a long period of time. And it's time that we start producing these documents instead of hiding them. And that's where I'm coming from with it.
Okay. I appreciate what you're saying, and I don't think it's fair to have a double standard, but I can't judge from what's happened in the past. I can only do the best I can today and moving forward, and I'll do the best I
Oh,
can.
no, I'm not blaming you.
Yeah, I
Don't get me
understand.
wrong, I'm not.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other new business? Can I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved, Wrestler.
Is there a second?
Steve here for a second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
We're adjourned.
You could also just comply with the law, and then there would be no lawsuit. That would be the easiest way to do it.